this way.
That's the most awkward start right there. Well, now we started for real. Oh, see, man, I came in like 4 seconds too early to try and time up that little bong load rip right there.
Well, oh,
It was quiet though, I have to say. That was very, very much in the background.
well, actually, the bong was like right next to the microphone too.
Dude, that is not ASMR right there. I was expecting to be tantalized in the taint by the,
Dude,
the bubbly water.
talk about the fucking most random fucking trend I've ever seen on the internet.
Right?
So I do watch Twitch a lot, and that shit is all over. It is so weird.
Even in
Have you not-
Twitch too, like
Oh
people are
yeah,
they like
dude.
they're live streaming games but they're trying to
No,
like
no,
narrate it or something or
no,
what?
no, no, no. So Twitch, if we were to go to it, Twitch, when you go to look up you can look up the types of games that people are playing, right? And that's like one way that a lot of people just go to look. It's like, hey, let's go see what games are going on. But in those categories, all of which are mostly game titles, there are other titles including just chatting,
Oh, okay.
art, creative, music, performing arts. Now, because it became so popular, they actually have a channel for ASMR and all the
Damn.
different channels that do ASMR. And just clicking on it right now, every single one is a scantily clad female. I see not a single male ASMR channel. This girl is wearing very small shorts.
And that's
She's
that's bullshit because doesn't that defeat the whole concept of it is that it's purely auditory and not visual or am I completely off base there?
well, I guess the question is, are you talking about ASMR or are you talking about making money?
I'm a purist, my friend. I'm an ASMR
Okay.
purist, and I am not into these visuals.
Yeah.
I want a 300 pound grotesque, person from Nebraska, dating her cousin to have the sexiest voice, and I want to use my imagination, and I want to create that vision,
Well, I can understand that. But if you're a 13-year-old boy,
which I am.
okay, then which okay, so we say you are. Uh like okay, there's this okay, let's see. The top channel right now, how many people does she have watching?
Oh, live,
1700.
just live watching.
Yeah, just live watching, and she has what is this? Uh, oh, it's a commercial. I can't click on it. All right, fine, fuck it. It looks like she has some sort of like a bean bag or something like that in her hand. Uh,
Now you
and
got me
so,
talking. Now you got me. Ooh,
yep,
beanbag in the
oh
hand.
yeah, up against the microphone,
Oh, making the beanbag noises.
making the
God,
bean
that's
bag
so
noise.
fucking weird. I don't like how gratuitous it is. That's too on the nose. For me, when I think about being a purist, and I'm making this up by the way, my mind immediately goes to OG James Earl Jones, just talking deeply into the microphone, either in Star Wars or maybe even in The Sandlot. And that's
Ooh,
that's
ooh,
where I
ooh.
get that rumble going, that deep. You're like, who? What voice is
Oh,
that?
oh my God. Okay, you said it. Dude, I haven't. What? James Earl Jones.
Beanbag hand.
Bean. Oh, okay. I'm trying to find like a quote that he said, because dude, he had so many good ones, and I just want to hear because I feel I know what you're talking about, and I feel all you have to do is like read. You know how when you read something and all of a sudden you're just reading it in like that voice.
Yeah.
Uh, you remember the remember kid, there's heroes and there's legends. Heroes get remembered, The legends never die.
Yeah, but that wasn't even James Earl Jones.
I know that wasn't
Yeah.
James Earl Jones, but that was the quote, the only quote that I found.
I know
Oh, oh,
that's the biggest quote right there for
here,
sure.
here you go. Here you go. Baseball was life, and I was good at it.
Ooh,
Really good.
that's a good one. That is a good one. I do remember that. See, that's the kind of shit right there. Just organic, just not it's not forced. It's not wearing scantily clad clothing and just trying to make a quick buck.
You think that's how I should make a quick buck if I really wanted to? I should wear scantily clad clothing and get on and do James Earl Jones ASMR.
I bet there would be an audience for it. I don't.
Dude,
Maybe I would be one of those viewers. I don't know.
we're not saying what is that? Rule 43? Is that what it is? If it exists, there's like porn of it somewhere.
Oh yeah,
Um,
true. Exactly. Nothing should be a surprise.
you know what? There's definitely not porn of fantasy football.
Ooh, you don't think so? I mean, I've
No,
not that I've ever
no,
heard of,
dude,
but
dude. I think if you talk to any true dude who plays fantasy football and ask them, no,
like
dude.
that's something you want to keep separate.
Like, dude, the only time that fantasy football will ever get you hard is after your draft.
That's
That's
all they
that's
show. That's what it actually is. That's nothing to do with like men or women. It's just like showing like screen clips of like high scoring teams. And you're just like, oh God. That sounds
oh,
like a South Park episode.
I remember they made fun of that in the league where they had like the Rexon guy. He like took the draft. They had the live draft in Vegas, and then he took the draft board up to the room, and he was like jerking off to it, and he was like, "Oh my God, Matt Forte in the fifth! Ah!"
Yeah, dude, that's it right there.
Oh, dude, that shit.
Roster bait.
Roster baiting. Oh God, this shit's so funny.
Well, at least we brought it. That was good on you. At least you could bring it back to fantasy football after all that.
Try to.
Oh, look at that!
Jeez.
It's such a smooth transition, man.
Oh, dude,
Consummate professional here.
that's all we are, man. Full of these smooth transitions and professionalism is. I was gonna no, it's not a real name.
That defines this podcast in every way.
Yeah, seeing as how and we did miss last week, so we do have to do kind of a quick little recap.
Quick recap.
A quick recap. We made picks. I'll go through the scores. Let's see how we did.
So we got to go. We got to go back to week 7 because
Yeah,
that's the last time
that's
we made
right.
picks. So let's just, I feel like so. It's always better to put a little context behind these picks, so it's not just like, whatever. These picks are stupid. Fast forward. I've been pretty good this year
Yes,
at picks. I feel
yes.
like you've been
Bringing
more
that
of
up.
like status quo of
Yeah,
50
well,
50
it's been
50.
like my fantasy season. It's been very very kind of
Oh
like
God! See, we can't even get into that because if we get into the season and standings,
I'm not getting
oh,
into season standings. I'm just saying my picks have felt like my fantasy season. Like they've
okay,
been
okay.
totally back and forth. Crush them one week and completely miss them the next.
That's
So,
fair. That's fair.
yeah. So, in fact, we'll just start off with mine. Final score: Misha beat me 124.7 to 112.3. What did we pick?
We sweeped it for Misha,
Well, okay. So,
and so we were. Wait, were we wrong about that, or were we right? I
no,
forget.
Misha won.
Oh, Misha won. Okay, so we were right, and I had this as not my closest matchup of the week, but I said this was going to be a sneaky close matchup.
It may be the closest matchup of the
All
week.
right, let's find out. Let's find out.
Well, let's go through the rest of the picks and we'll put that
Yeah,
on. All right, check who's the closest match. Actually, no, never mind. The next one is the closest match.
which is I don't know. I'm not looking at it, but I know
Okay,
what I
okay, okay,
picked.
okay. No, it's okay. It's Will and John.
No, I didn't pick that.
Point,
Oh yeah,
point,
one.
point.
I can't believe that came down to point one. God, that's just insanity.
Point one. Insane. Insane.
Insane. And Will won, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man.
We,
I have
we,
to say, so the last podcast we got John come on as a unforeseen, unplanned special guest,
That's
And
right.
I remember he talked about try not to take fantasy as seriously or not be as affected by it.
Mhm.
And I noticed that maybe it was just because I can only see it through our text group, but he took that point one loss in really nice stride, at least from the only perspective that we could have.
Well, we
So
all
I think he, from that perspective, it seemed like he's staying true to his word. I mean, he could have, maybe he's in a deep depression about it. It doesn't sound like he is, but I thought that was commendable.
I would say we all know Papa John to be a high quality character, but I would not blame him if point one were to send him over the edge. Because I can tell you, Sean,
We used to have a father.
yeah, we used to. We used to. He drove off the cliff in fucking San
He's just
Clemente one of
never
these
been the
times.
same.
Oh my God. Point one. If I when I really needed a win, oh, that would have been a tough that would have been tough.
Well, on the good news, we both swept it for Will.
Okay, so right now we're having a good week.
Yeah, so okay, 2 for 2 so far. What do we got next?
Okay, so this is Phil and Nick,
All right, we swept it for Phil.
and Phil crushed.
Oh wow. Well, okay, we'll
Biggest,
take
yeah, I
that.
think this is the biggest. This probably is the biggest difference. It's at least 50, a little
Oh
less than 50 points.
well,
170.5 to 121.
well, I was dead wrong that I had that pegged as my closest matchup of the week.
Well, okay, so there you go, Sean. You get the one
uh,
flat out. Like I will say this: you may be fucking like almost like bullseye accurate for your weak picks, but you're like
my closest matchups are always on the exact
you're,
opposite end
you're
of the spectrum.
yeah, whatever your offset predictions are, like okay, so this is what I predict about this particular matchup
Ugh.
on top of who's going to
Now I'm
win.
just determined to get one of these right.
Well, you may. We still have this week's to
Yeah,
go. So,
I'm gonna be predicting.
we-
All right, so what else we got? We got
got
Nate
you,
oh yeah,
and
me and Joey.
so
Um,
this what did we pick?
we both swept it for Joey.
And we got it again. So this was
Okay.
the other, well, I don't know, 133.1 to 90.3.
Nah, it
So,
was never close. I remember that was the first week that Mahomes went down. I had a bunch of people on bye. Yeah, so Joey had a nice, comfortable victory, but we won't dwell on that.
that's fair enough. Okay, and going into the last game, this was Nate and Chris.
Yep.
Probably where we get it wrong.
Yeah, we swept it for Nate. We were high on Nate coming off his first win.
Oh! Oh!
Did we get it right?
We fucking swept this week.
Wow. Oh my god. That's a first.
First.
That's got to be a first.
And not only that, every single one of our picks were sweeps. Well, they
Yeah,
had
we both, and I don't think either of us were just like, oh yeah, whatever. I think like we both strongly felt that it wasn't influenced by the other person's pick.
So I don't know if we told any of you guys this before, but Sean and I are actually brothers. Our mom is Miss Cleo. Like this has been something that we've been hiding for a while. That's fucking awesome. Way to go, us.
Damn. Very
Okay.
cool. Very cool. That makes me feel better.
Yep, I would say so. Now,
So
No.
does that mean we both get $15? Is that how our league works?
yeah, I'm pretty sure we just take it from the pool, right?
Yeah,
that's-
exactly.
Like just for getting that one, so I think we each get 15. That's fair. I think that's cool. Now coming into this last week, which we don't have any predictions on, so we can go ahead and just go
Yeah.
kind of through the matchups. I kind of, it's so hard not to because we haven't talked in a little bit, but I kind of do want to get into the standings a little bit,
Well,
seeing
no,
as how
we can get into the standings. We haven't talked about it for a couple weeks now.
we haven't, and now things are starting to kind of take a little bit more shape, right?
Well,
Like-
yeah, it's stretching out a little bit more. It's not so much of the all-in-one logjam in the middle, which that could never last forever because those teams have to play each other.
Yeah.
And Joey
But,
just keeps on winning. I mean, that's just he's so far ahead of everybody else. It's ridiculous.
Well, dude, the points say it all, right? Like
Yeah.
he's almost 200 points over everybody
Yeah,
else.
his team's been just going off week over week, and I mean he's the lowest for points against still, but
Yep,
that just doesn't matter. You can't say anything about that when you're the highest by far of the
yeah,
team. It's without
by far.
question. Yeah.
So yeah, and other than Joey sitting atop, though he is vulnerable at that one loss. And I would say Will and Nick they're not terribly far behind. I mean, they continue to win, and they're both on Will's on a
Will's on
two
a
game,
two. Yeah.
and Nick's just won this last one.
Who's on the opposite end? I didn't even know this. That Chris is on a 4 game losing streak.
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow. 4 game losing streak. Where is he? Shit. Now he's all the way in ninth.
Yeah. But
4 games.
again, you win 1 game and maybe 2 others lose, and
Mm-hmm.
you're right back in that
Right back
like
to no,
thick of
and
sixth place.
that's kind of why I wanted to because other than Will,
Other
you
than
know
yeah,
Nick,
like Joey and Nate, if you take them out, everybody's within 2 games of each other.
they're pretty close. Yeah. I mean, Chris is just what right there as far as and if we're talking about points, it's not
Oof,
ter
Chris is way low. He's the lowest on points too. I didn't even know that.
see where let's take a look. So John, Chris, and Nate are still below 1,000 right now. Joey's at 13 and 24.
Yeah. So yeah, points are definitely becoming an issue now where from last place to like middle of the pack starts to stretch out a little bit more. Like Chris is almost 100 points behind, like kind of middle of the pack points.
Mm-hmm.
So the bottom few people are in that position now where it's just W's are everything. You can't really
Yep.
rely on points being in your favor if you're tied with somebody else in the standings.
Yeah. Shit.
And we're coming up to week 9, right? Like
And
fuck,
dude,
man. There's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13
There's
is winning it.
only 5 weeks left.
No, we're getting down to the knit and grit right now. I mean, the fact that even Chris in ninth is only 2 games behind. Uh, yeah. What was that? Let's see. Yeah, that's only 2 games out of
Two
second.
games behind, but he can't, rest comfortably of just getting he can't, finish the
He needs
season
he ha, no he has
50-50
he
like
needs wins.
yeah.
He needs wins at this point. He's got to collect. If there's 5 games left, he needs at least 4 of those to be wins.
We're like I'm not that many points ahead of him. I'm like maybe 80 points ahead of him. I'm fourth place for points right now. So, I mean, it's still kind of early to say, but at least I've got a little bit more favor on my side where if I do finish the season at, let's say, 6-6 or something like that, that assuming that my team doesn't shit the bed and I just keep dropping in the point standings, but at least I've got that kind of helping me out right now.
Right. So we got Joey at first, 7 and 1. We got Will and Nick tied for second. They're both at 5 and 3. We've got a small 3-way tie at third for what me, Mish, and John at 4 and 4. Phil, you, and Chris are at 3 and 5, and we got Nate at 2 and 6. I mean, if Nate were to win every single game from here on out, he would finish 7 and 6.
Yeah, so we've got 5 games left. I feel like Nate would need to go either 4-6 at the worst or 5-6 more likely.
Yeah.
So, but that's you know that may sound extremely daunting and defeating, but that's a big reason why I also like that we have the weekly bonuses. At least there's always
Mhm.
something to play for, even if you're
Absolutely.
mathematically out of it. I'd rather
And
hey get some money back.
D- uh, I actually haven't looked at that in a little bit.
I haven't updated the league page in 2 weeks now. I gotta
Well, okay,
update that.
so we know Joey won again at one point, didn't he? He just won this last week.
Yeah, and the week before, what was it, week 7 that we just went through? Who won that one? Oh,
Is that
Phil. Phil
Phil?
won that. So Phil's
Yeah.
won. Phil's won twice. Joey's won 2.5 times.
Hmm.
I've won once, 1.5 times,
1.5 times.
and
Yep.
you've won once.
Twice.
Are you won
Twice.
twice? Okay,
Hmm.
so I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Well, so going to this last week, I guess we could talk about Joey and his
I
other
mean,
200 fucking point
let's not
game.
go too deep into that. I mean, that was
That's,
a
eh,
massive blowout.
I
Tevin
mean,
Coleman, Cooper Cup, like
oh,
Jesus
dude,
Christ.
dude, and Chris, I mean, how fucking pissed off do you have to be when you've got Breida and fucking Tevin Coleman gets fucking four
Yeah,
touchdowns?
Breida got injured though,
Yeah.
but still, that is frustrating when you had the guy who was carrying the load before, and then Coleman comes back in and is like, "Later, bro, I'm taking this shit."
And they go off, and yeah, just like you said, Cooper Cup, disgusting. Connor ended up having a big game on Monday night. Uh, and well,
I'm not even
Patriot,
opening the box score.
Patriots D is Patriots D.
Oh, unbelievable how good they are.
Don't want to talk about it.
Unbelievable. That's just so fucked up that any defense would be that impactful in a fantasy season, like to this
Oh
extent.
yeah,
Like,
dude. No, 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 no.
ugh.
This is unreal. Like this is you talk about getting rid of kickers. Like we might as well just get rid of defenses
I
after
know, I
this.
know.
Like
This is the
because
kind of
that's
shit that makes me want to get rid of
yeah.
defenses.
Like that's. I mean, when you look at their point total, these are like fucking like Christian McCaffrey numbers right now. All
It's
right,
in
so
the
here
same
it is.
category.
You ready? You ready for this? This is week to week. 12, 39, 15, 28, 17, 29, 28, 23.
So there's no bad. Where's the bad week? Where's the normal week that they just don't get a fucking touchdown? Like, have they gotten a
Oh,
touchdown
no, yeah,
every
no, no,
single
no, no,
game?
no, 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 no. Sorry, there was a bad week. I'm sorry, there was a bad week. Did
Week
I not say
one?
that? No, no, no. Oh, I'm sorry. We haven't gotten to that week yet. Week 10 is going to be their bad week.
Was that a bye week?
That is their bye week.
Okay,
So,
well let me run some names by you as well. You ready for this?
yep.
Deshaun Watson,
Mhm.
Russell Wilson,
Mhm.
Christian McCaffrey, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Patriots defense. That's
So Patriots
top scorers any
of all
position for
of all
our league.
fantasy for
Yeah.
all fantasy.
That's just
So
yep.
how many? So what? How many pieces of that does Joey have?
Joey's got Russell, the second quarterback,
Mhm.
and he's got Patriots D, the obviously first, and then he also has Dak Prescott, who's only a couple places below that.
Yep.
So I know him and I actually got together this Sunday just for a few hours. He came up and we watched
Oh, that's
some of
sweet.
the games for a little bit, and I know he's got Russell and Dak, obviously both top 10, top 5 quarterbacks, and he wants to get rid of them, but
Yep.
there's no moves to be made. It seems.
Well, he's been asking me for Evan Ingram for a long, long
That's
time,
right. Yeah, he did
and
mention
I
that
just
too.
yeah, and just I can't let go of Evan. Dude, tight ends are fucking they're unicorns. Like any tight end that produces is fucking the most rarest fucking species that you've ever seen. We
Maybe
have to tap.
maybe would it have been different if Breeze wasn't coming back till like way later in the season, or maybe not even at all.
If it was anybody other than Drew Brees, like I think it would have been an easier call, right? Like Dak was. I think by the time when Joey offered me the trade, Dak was like the number four
Well, yeah,
quarterback.
but I'm saying though, like if it was pretty known at pretty early on in Breeze's injury that he would be back,
Yeah,
at a reasonable time. But what if
it's what
let's
was
say
it,
that
6 weeks? Yeah.
timetable was different? What if it was like 8 to 12 weeks, or they put him
No.
on IR? Would
Oh, dude, it's
would
not.
that have made it a lot different for
Oh,
you?
dude, no, it would have been it would have been a totally different situation. The whole reason I didn't make a trade for a quarterback was because I had a quarterback, and
Yeah.
the trade was only meant to be temporary. Now, I got Drew Brees when I got him because I've always wanted to have Drew Brees. Now, call it a fucking stupid fantasy move. Call it not trying to win or anything, but fuck, I wanted to have Drew Brees, and I know he's a decent, good fantasy quarterback when he's not losing his fucking goddamn thumb. But
Give me my
he
thumb
was
back.
he was coming back, and it's Drew Brees, who I know, being the ex-Charger and watching him on the Saints, dude, that guy is insanely competitive. Like, and he was the one who was saying like, yeah, they're giving me like a 6 to 8 week timetable. I'm gonna make it in 5. It was just like, I believe that guy. I totally believe in 5 weeks that he will be out in the field. I bet he shouldn't even be out there. Like his thumb would be ready to fall out, but he would be out there in the field.
Yep.
Sure enough.
Yep.
He was, and he got me what? 30
something.
Yeah, we'll get to it in a bit, but yeah, yeah. So that was why I didn't make the trade, was because
that
I had
makes sense.
I just didn't want to make dude, Evan Ingram is, I don't think he's the top tight end anymore, but he's definitely in the top 5 and top 5 tight end. That does.
It's a very thin position for sure.
Yeah, dude. What did Tom was like? Even though I know that's not something you find every day on the subway or something like that. Fuck you said.
Weird ass Tom quote.
I'm smoking another bowl.
I'm gonna go open another beer if you're smoking a bowl.
Fine. No, well,
you do some ASMR right now.
Oh yeah, I can do that. So, gentlemen, and if there's any ladies out there listening, I'm the worst ASMR host of all time. That is the sound of a lighter. That won't start. There we go.
All right, nice. I don't know what just happened, but how about we'll try this out?
I'm trying not to fucking die laughing before I smoke. That was a good one.
Crack that open right next to the microphone. Now we'll really see how good these microphones are.
And we will. They were our $20 microphones off Amazon.
Yeah, they're like, was that a cat hissing? What was that? I like when I get to step away, or if you get to step away and the other person has to fill the time. I like going back and now listening to it and being like, what happened during that 10 seconds?
I remember I did the Ian Malcolm thing that one time.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. All right, I actually need to get myself a fucking drink. Yeah.
I mean, I probably won't, but I could edit this stuff out. Just, but it's just extra work.
Yeah, that just seems so pointless. Yeah. Why would you make all that extra work for yourself?
Listen, if there's one thing I've learned about being on a professional A-rated podcast, it's that content is king and you don't chop anything out. Everything's too good.
I agree with you 100%.
I'm glad we agree on that. All right, okay, so somehow we just spent a lot of time talking about Joey's match. Well, that wasn't all about that, but let's see. Really quick, your matchup versus Nate, it was a blowout. I mean, Aaron Jones, sweet baby Jesus. Did he go off? Is he I feel like he should be classified as a wide receiver eligibility at this point after seeing the highlights from that game.
Well, and he had 2. So besides all the touchdowns he got, he had 2 called back.
That's fucking nuts, man. Yeah, because I know Jamal Williams vultured or profited off one of those callbacks.
Yep. Good old vulturing. But yeah, dude, Aaron.
I've been hearing. I meant to tell you, bro. This happened 2 weeks ago, and I didn't even say it to you. And I actually have a picture that I need to send you. I got a 4Runner.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
dude,
I got a.
How long has it been since you had a 4Runner?
So what was that? College. Oh man, what year would that have been? 2000. I think that was like 2005. I think.
You got rid of it.
Well, yeah, because let Amber borrow it too many times, and
oh god, that story. I remember
burned out the clutch and all this bullshit. Yep. Yeah,
we're just driving with one of her stripper friends.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's been almost 15 years since I've had one, but I'm back in, baby. I got a 2019.
Ooh,
And
Ooh.
the picture I wanted to send you, the day I got it, I had to do it because we did it in your car where I was like, you want to test out the bells and whistles and see what the car is made of. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I wonder how good the speakers are. What should I listen to? Hey, I've got the Sundown Prophecy on my phone, the MP3 files, so I played that to give it the true test, and I had it up on the little, the display screen. I took a picture
Yeah.
of it, and I don't know why I haven't sent it to you yet, but
Oh, dude. How's the stock system sound?
it's good. No, it sounds very similar to your car, like probably the same fucking speakers.
Probably, yeah. I mean, mine was an '03. It's seen better days, but it still starts.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I'm trying to get it going right now. There's just a few things I still gotta work on, but fuck, you get around to things, I guess.
That's
Um,
just how it goes. Anyways, that was just a little side
well,
note for
yeah,
me and you right
send
there.
send that to me. I guess you're gonna have to
Yeah.
send that to everybody, and people will be
Yeah,
like,
I'm not
"What
gonna
the fuck is
put that in
this?
the football thread. So
What the fuck is the
confusing.
sun? Yeah, what is the
Yeah.
sun now?
Huh?
Props,
What's that?
fucking greatest band of all time. Jesus. All right, so my matchup. Okay, dude, this was a like. It doesn't look like it was close, but in the morning it was. It really, really
Really? Oh, it
was.
was.
Like
Well, because Aaron Jones and what some others must have been the afternoon games
it was just Edelman and Aaron Jones.
in the morning.
No, no, no,
Oh, in the
no,
afternoon.
no. Edelman was my afternoon game, and Aaron Jones was my evening game.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Other than that, everybody was in the morning. So not to say that my team had a bad game, but
But your
Nate's
your heavy
team,
hitters were later, and I mean he had Jared Goff, great game.
yeah, great
Finally,
game.
David Montgomery puts up a great score.
Yeah, that was, and of course it was against the fucking Chargers. God damn it! Like,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was just like, you know what, Chargers, you guys always know how to do it to me. It's always going to be a running back, and it's always going to be in fantasy that you just let that running back fucking run all over him. And
Yep.
they did that all the time when they were in San Diego, and they made me so hard to defend. Well, fuck you, Chargers. And that's all I have to say about that. Too, but I was lucky. I mean, poor Brandon Cooks, but Brandon Cooks got injured. D.D. Westbrook, I don't know if he was injured or not. I'm pretty sure he was playing. He
I
just
think he
didn't
did.
get
He did get some kind of injury, or he's battling something.
okay, but because he put up a goose too, and like as those other games went on, the Patriots game, obviously Edelman had a fucking awesome game, and then come that evening game, Jesus, did Aaron Jones. I think I was
Man,
only a little bit ahead at that point in time, but Aaron Jones, so he solidified the deal. And I think by the time Monday came around, like Nate was, I think just under 100, like
yeah, because he got that
98.
17 from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so he had a lot of catching up. Like Pittsburgh defense had to put up like all the Patriots points that they put up in the season. So
Yeah, seriously.
yeah, it was I mean, it was a good game. I'm happy for how some of my team performed. We'll see how this week shapes up against
Okay.
Joey, but
Okay.
that'll be for another time. Uh, what about Phil and Phil and Will?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't see much of this matchup. I mean, within 20 points, so it was pretty competitive. Not sure how it exactly shaped up, but they had some decent quarterback performances, decent running back. Kenny Galladay had a monster game.
Yeah. Wow. Nice.
I mean, I think like Will had Deshaun Watson and Saquon had a really nice game, but it didn't really come down to any one particular player
I
in this
I,
matchup.
I don't know. I kind of
You
think
think
so.
Deshaun Watson?
No, I think it's the
Kenny
Texans.
Galladay?
No, Texans defense. That's
Oh, I
like,
didn't even notice that goose egg. But still, I
but
mean,
no,
if
no,
you add in 10 points, that
yeah,
Phil
you're
still is
still
not
you're
going to get the W.
yes, you're still behind, but I would still say that, if you looked at their performances, they're definitely
Ooh,
pretty close and pretty similar. The big differences are that Saquon, he puts up 26 rather than 19. Kenny Galladay, just like you said, has a huge performance, 27. Where
Dude, you know what
Phil's
the
next
real
highest
difference
is
is?
19. What?
Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay.
Oh, wait. Where am I? Marvin Jones.
They're both on the
Okay.
same
Yeah,
team.
yeah. 5.2, 27.
I mean, you even that out, and all of a sudden you're in a different ball game. The fact that
Well,
they're both on the same team, and you'd expect Marvin Jones to, he had a massive game the week before. I just think it's just funny because they're both on the same team, but Galladay just goes off, and Marvin Jones puts up a stinker.
yeah, that hurts. And I think, yeah, the fact that Texans defense gives you nothing.
And you
Uh,
add that into it, like if Marvin Jones had his a good
a
game,
little bit, yeah.
Kenny Galladay wouldn't have had as good of a game. And then you give Texans
Really.
defense like a more average game, then you're looking at maybe like around the same score.
True. Pretty close.
But still, some good performances up and down from each team.
Hmm.
Like it's not like it was just three people went off and then a bunch of shit performances. Like looking up and down, like there's some decent scores there, a couple bums in there, but Gerald Everett, tight end, 3 points for Will, but still,
I mean, Delaney Walker's on the bench. I don't know if he is
yeah, he
out
was
with this
injured.
ankle
Yeah,
ankle injury. Yeah. Well, I mean, so there you go. Will ends up coming away, staying high in second. Like,
Will even makes a couple questionable roster decisions, or at least one. He decided to bench Keenan Allen and put in
I,
Kenny Stills instead, and wrong decision, but still he got the W, so it doesn't matter.
well, the right decision wouldn't have even been to put in Keenan Allen. It would have been to put in Christian Kirk.
Yeah,
Like, who would
but
have guessed, right?
who would have guessed on that
That's
for
and
sure?
that's and I would say I'm not totally down on him benching Allen. I mean, maybe wouldn't have started Kenny Stills, but like Allen started off right. He was fucking just smoking
Yeah,
25,
his
15,
usual
41,
PPR type self. Look at that,
and
eight reception, 13, and
yep,
then it's like 5-4, 2-4, and then finally it goes up to 7. But it's like,
no
dude,
touchdown.
what the fuck is going on there?
Look at that.
Yeah, and 0 touchdowns since week 3. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yep.
He went from and last year because I had Keenan Allen last year, and he was a monster last year, top 5 receiver. And then it's like, what? How does it change so much? I just don't understand that. That's the
Dude,
frustrations of fantasy and about none of us are NFL experts. We're so disconnected from the actual ins and outs of a real game, but it's just like how the fuck does that happen?
but
I'd like you to
I
answer that question, Brian.
I don't have an answer for you, Sean. All I can say is how I feel, and I do feel that Keenan Allen has been on a downward trend.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I think the Chargers are playing fucking Green Bay next, so
doesn't
I
look
don't
good,
expect really
but it
much
looks
to
good
change. Yeah,
for Aaron
right now.
Jones.
I will-
But all right, well let's keep this moving. We're going at a fucking snail's pace here, like
Where are
usual.
we now? Yeah, let's do John Misha.
Yeah, John and Misha again, not really the closest matchup, but let's kind of see how this
Oh,
thing broke down.
besides Mason Rudolph, who didn't. I mean, he got 20. You have to be happy he got 20. Michael Thomas, who got 25.6. Michael Thomas had a good game.
Yeah,
Kittle, who got you 13.3.
decent.
I'm not happy with
Oof.
anybody else on that team.
Wow, yeah, that's a boatload of disappointment right there.
Yeah, and that to me that shows a 108
And
score.
then
So
okay,
the
I don't know if this is the first week that Misha benched Joe Mixon. He may have benched him many weeks before this because he's been pretty bad. But
yeah,
add insult to injury, you're like, fuck you, Joe Mixon, you've been screwing me over, and then he finally drops a 16.7 on your bench.
yep, that's exactly what you need. That's what you want to see.
And
That's
Freeman had been terrible also for the most part
for the most
recently,
part.
and then he dropped 14.2. You'll take that, but Chase Edmonds, that's very disappointing. He got injured. Really bummed about that. He had been running amok.
Dude, what was that like? Was it like 35 he had the three
And
touchdowns?
just yeah, just doing anything he wanted, just slicing and dicing. So everybody had high hopes for Chase Edmonds this week, and that didn't work out.
Well, I'll say, I mean, it's going to be tough when Minshew fucking puts up a 30 rack. And,
Man, I know it's crazy. It is, against the Jets, but Dalvin Cook doing his
yep, there
usual
you go.
thing.
Dude, Dalvin Cook looking good. Number
Tyrell
two right
Williams
now. Number
back
two running
back in
back.
action. Yeah, number 2 running back.
Yeah, dude, he's starting two Chargers. Or sorry, I mean, that's right.
He
Tyrell.
was a Charger. I know.
God damn it. Oh
He
my
was a
God.
San Diego. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, well, he was a San Diego
Yeah, it's
Charger.
true. He
He
was
was
at one
also
point.
a LA Charger for fucking. Oh my God, I need to smoke another one, bro.
But
Tyrell Williams.
I would say yeah.
Like,
So John's team was a little bit kind of top heavy with a couple high performers and then a few duds in there, but he pulled out enough stops to make it work, and thankfully he didn't have to go up against a monster. I remember, I mean, God, it's probably 3 weeks or more since I played John. And my team was doing pretty well. I had Mahomes at that point, put up maybe 150, 160. And he texted me, God damn it, why can't I play against one of the shitty teams? And so this week he got his wish.
he
Not to say
did.
Misha's team in general is shitty, but he
Oh
got to go up against a 108, and that's what you're looking for. You don't have to put all the pieces together if you get a matchup like that.
no, Misha's team just put up a fucking dud week.
Just a dud week.
I mean, it's not the worst dud of all time, but it's just
Yeah,
it's actually tied for the lowest score this week.
true. But we've
That's
seen some
interesting. I
we've
can't.
seen some double digit performances. At least he was still triple digits.
True. Um. Okay, so tough one. But finishing it on up, this was the closest matchup for sure.
Yeah, this ended up being the closest matchup of the week, and interestingly enough, I didn't think it was going to be this close. It didn't really, the script of the week wouldn't have led me to believe that until the like later portion of the afternoon games. It was all of a
Hmm.
sudden like, oh my God, what the fuck? Like, I'm actually almost tied with Nick right now. This is fucking crazy. Um, because okay, here and this is interesting for me at least. Nick and I both needed quarterbacks. He
Yeah.
had he had Jackson on a bye. I've got Mahomes injured. I was very very low on waiver order, so I knew I wouldn't get my first pick. But my first pick was Matt Stafford. And so
Okay.
Nick snagged Stafford ahead of me. My second pick was Kirk Cousins. I just thought he had been crushing lately, and against Washington, pretty choice matchup. And truly, to me, that ended up being that's the difference right there. I mean, Kirk getting 11.6 on that Thursday night game just
It all went to
totally
Dalvin.
fucked me over. Yeah, and it was just such a run heavy, run the clock out. I mean, Stefan Diggs did really well, so that was good, but
Dude, you look at Mike Evans. Mike Evans fucking
oh, and that's the thing.
exploded.
So Mike Evans and Christian McCaffrey. If it was not for those two guys, it would have been the expected blowout that I was more anticipating. But once Mike Evans went in the morning and then Christian McCaffrey was going in the afternoon game, all of a sudden Nick and I were tied or like
Yeah.
basically tied. And I was like, are you fucking serious? Because I hadn't checked scores for a while. And Christian McCaffrey playing the 49ers. There was about a quarter, a little less than a quarter left in the game, but the Niners were blowing out
Oh,
Carolina so badly
killing them.
that Carolina just succumbed and took out all their starters. They even took out Kyle Allen as their quarterback. And so McCaffrey, they pulled him from the game. And so I was like, fuck, no, I just tied Nick. Like we both have two people playing, but all of a sudden now I don't have my guy. He's not going to accumulate any more points, so I'm
Oh
stuck. And
God.
Nick had who was it? DJ Moore on
Oh,
Carolina, who had at that point like 3 points, but they were in fucking Hail Mary scramble mode. And so Nick got another, handful of points there, and that was the difference maker. So I was like, dude, no, I thought I was in this thing for a second, and then it got taken away. So it was a tough one. It was a roller coaster of emotions for sure.
Dude, sounds like it. And I was gonna ask, how does it feel to have somebody?
Terrible. I know what you're gonna say. Fucking terrible. Nick is such a little sleazy bastard that he can get away with this. I thought I was
just in case anybody doesn't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, Nick obviously has bought in heavily to his Baltimore Ravens. 3 people, and their bye week was last week, so he had a lot of spots to fill in, but he couldn't drop anybody else, or he didn't want to drop anybody else. So he had Mark Andrews, tight end, on a bye that he just left. He took the 0, and he still got a W. That son of a bitch.
Oh man!
I thought Cameron Brate was going to have a bigger game too.
Okay, that's what I wanted to say. Like, yes, you were talking about Kirk Cousins. Like, you thought that was the big one right there, and also it sounds like the fucking McCaffrey.
You're right. You're right about bringing that up because I was in. No one probably followed what I was doing. Only me. I had picked up and dropped a couple different tight ends, at least 2 different ones, and I ended up just landing on Cameron Brate because I thought the ceiling would be the highest. But another guy I was considering was the Titans tight end Jonnu Smith.
Oh yeah, it fucking went
and he ended up getting like 16 points. And if I had just fucking done that like I thought about, I would have got the W for the week. So a lot of frustrations, and I think even more so to get 41 from Mike Evans and just have it not contribute to a win. Also stings as well. So bottom line, not happy. I'm on a losing streak right now, and I still put up 150 fucking points and got a loss. So yeah, I'm definitely in redemption mode, big time right now.
Well, and I would say it's a good time to go ahead and start our transition into redemption.
Yes. Yeah, let's start looking forward.
Okay, because I guess. Speaking of you finding redemption,
okay,
we can talk about your Phil matchup coming on up.
Yeah, I'm not super stoked. I'm looking for any little edge that I can get, or I don't care, man. Just I want the other person's people to get injured. Like I just need a W any way that I can get it. And we're heavily in the bye week portion of the season, and I'm like, damn it, Phil doesn't have any buys. Like this is bullshit.
Oh, really? He doesn't? Okay, let me. Oh wait, let me. How do you see is it the full box score or fuck? Okay, full box score. So you got AJ who's not playing.
Yeah, well, that's an obvious one. Mahomes still. I guess there's like this.
It says he's got Hooper on bye.
Oh yeah, okay, I forgot. That's my bad. He does have Austin Hooper.
And Robert Woods is on by.
True. Has Robert? Yeah, I guess Robert Woods has been pretty good, but I mean, look at his fill-ins though. Are you kidding me? Like I don't even know if he would have played Robert Woods.
I mean, he doesn't have.
Like we said 2 weeks ago, man. Phil, sneaky good team. I don't even know if you can classify it as sneaky anymore.
Well, I haven't. I've been warning you guys for fucking years about this, but nobody listens.
Years? No. Just in that podcast 2 weeks ago, where Phil was at like under 500 record or a 500 record, and we were like, "That's deceiving. Like his team's better than his record is."
Yes, it is, dude. I'm telling you, like Phil is just like he's got, and man, Tyreek, Zeke. Like
Fournette's been really good this year. Cortland Sutton, although I don't know about Cortland Sutton now that they benched what's his name? Or no, they benched him. He's out. He's got a neck injury.
Okay. But I mean,
but still,
dude,
T.Y. Hilton, Marlon Mack, Marvin Jones is good, and then he's obviously got Aaron Rodgers. So it's just like, dude, where's the weak point? Where is the weak point of his lineup right now? I can't find it.
I don't know. Maybe Texans D.
Yeah, if you have to go to the defense, then you're in a pretty good spot. Like I feel like if I look at my lineup, you can start to dissect some things. Like I don't feel great about Philip Dorsett. I don't feel great about Amendola. Chris Herndon hasn't even played this year. I'm just waiting for him to get back in there.
Right.
So Otherwise, I feel pretty good, but it's like I got a few question marks going. So I don't know. We're projected to be pretty close. Um, we'll see. We'll kind of see what happens here. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
It'd be great. It'd be great if Mahomes played this week, but it's looking like that should not be the case. But they haven't completely ruled it out yet.
I'm gonna say this is gonna come down to an X factor game. Like
Okay.
either I'm assuming that the studs are gonna play, right? Like I'm assuming Aaron Rodgers is gonna put up big numbers against the Chargers. I'm assuming Chris McCaffrey will actually be able to turn it up and do well. Look good against Tennessee. Um, let's see where else we got. Like, yeah, I am actually. It's kind of a back and forth. Like, I mean, I do like a lot of Phil's matchups. They're not terrible. They're not great either. You got some not bad matchups. Not great either.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't like. I'm not thinking anything crazy like blowout potential, but I think it could be a close matchup if I mean, according to the projections, obviously. But I think if I'm putting money on the line, I think I have to pick Phil. I don't feel great, confident that my team is poised to beat Phil's team right now.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's going to come down to an X factor.
Yeah,
I
you're
think
right. You're
I'm
right.
I think I'm also going to go. He's got Austin Hooper's on bye, but he's also got Jason Witten, and you can just fucking throw him on in. And I think this is going to come down to one of those games. Like I think
Yeah,
this people are going to play like expected, but if Herndon, if he does play, has a big game, that's an X factor. You
true.
could have a Danny Amendola or Dorsett end up putting up like a 15, 17, maybe a 20.
Yeah, and
Maybe
that's usually how it goes. Like it usually something crazy happens, and that's really helpful.
yeah. I will say I'm going to give Phil a slight edge, but I will say that I think this game is going to be like the uh, how the matchup says. It's going to be a close one. Slight edge. Kirk Cousins against KC with no Mahomes. I don't know what's going to
Can
happen.
you make that like a little bit more of a strong statement? Like I think this is going to be fairly close. It's like, do you believe that or no? Like what? Like, let's stamp this thing.
I do
Do you want
believe
to
it's
stamp it?
going to stamp. Uh,
Like Brian, certified guarantee lock of the week.
ooh, yes. Let's
Like
call it
something
that.
like that.
Brian certified guaranteed lock of the week. I think this is going to be the closest matchup.
All right, hell yeah.
Okay. But I'm going to go slight in favor.
I love.
Phil, sweep it.
I
We'll move
love
on.
this. We've been in this position before where this is the first matchup that we're even looking at and we're just going no matter what, this is the closest of the week and we haven't even looked at the other ones yet. I
I'm
love that shit
convinced.
so much.
I'm convinced. I'm absolutely convinced
All right.
because I'm convincing myself.
I
Uh,
was in that position a couple weeks ago and I remember like eating crow, as Nick likes to say, where I was like, oh, wait a second, I think this might be my closest matchup of the week. Hey,
well,
guys, this is a professional podcast. Keep that in mind. Nothing but the
always,
finest.
always, please. Okay, so let's pick another one. I don't know. Uh,
Want to do Nick and Chris?
where? Oh, there we go. That's where I need to go. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. Nick.
Yeah, let's see here. I mean, Nick's got
Is
his
that
get all his
so?
well, not all his pieces. Well,
I gotta see
maybe.
what's happening. Is he? He's benching him. He's
Oh
benching
fuck!
him.
See, this is where I can't even see the goddamn benches right now. Full
You have to go
box
to a full
score.
box score.
Whoa! Oh no, sorry, he's on bye. I thought I saw Julio on the bench, and that scared me. Oh, so are you talking about Devin Singletary?
What?
Wait, what are you?
What?
You're talking about Nick's team?
So I said Nick, right? I clicked on the page, I looked at it, and I said, "Oh wow, Nick."
I thought you
Right?
said
That's what I.
I thought you said, oh, he's benching him.
Yeah, and then I'm making like all kinds of side comments and stuff like that, right? Yeah. So all I did was I clicked on the page, I took a quick look at it, said, "Oh wow," and I made my prediction. Nick. I don't even need to fucking discuss it or think
Oh,
anymore.
I thought you were talking about like Nick was
No, no,
it was
no,
benching
no, no, no.
somebody in
You're
a
okay.
shocking
I
fashion.
I am looking at Chris's team. He's starting Sam Darnold, benching
Oh,
Carson Wentz, and benching
well,
Tannehill after the game Tannehill
yeah,
took.
I can understand benching Wentz against Chicago. I can certainly get that. But man, you got that juicy matchup against Miami. It's hard to bench anybody against Miami.
Okay,
So I get
should
it, but
we
it
should
also
we should
it's not
we
that easy.
count? I'm sorry. Let's just do this really quick. How
Does it
many?
do the
I
same
can
thing
count.
where if you click on app? No, God, man. See, I remember the old ESPN where if you clicked the opponent where it says at Miami, you could click that, and it would show how every quarterback has scored against Miami for every week. And now if you just click it, it brings up like their normal ESPN team page. Like I don't want to see their fucking team page.
We're switching. We've all. I think we all need to accept this. It's happening. If we could make a mid-season switch, we would.
Yeah,
Like
no,
this
that's
is
fucking
garbage.
real. I wish we could just transfer this thing to somewhere
Yeah,
else.
exactly. So we're come up with ideas, suggestions, or else whoever wins and I guess whoever wants to be responsible for making the switch will do it. But
All right, but
anyway,
yeah,
um,
you picked
I
super quick, and I
okay,
cannot disagree with that. There's no way
okay.
no way I could disagree. I mean, Chris has got some shit to deal with, but he's playing Frank Gore. Ertz has been way down, and he's got Beasley and Corey Davis. That they haven't been bad, but like you got those two guys going. You know, you're really trying to make something interesting happen. So
Dude,
yeah, Nick. I mean, Nick's got his. Well, he doesn't have Julio, so he doesn't have his complete full squad, but like his team looks pretty good right now.
yeah, and
If
I
I don't
mean
know if
this.
Devontae Adams is gonna play, that's another. But I don't think even if he doesn't, I would still pick Nick's team.
This is what I want to say. Even if Sam Darnold is going up against Miami in the last 3 weeks, he's thrown 8 interceptions to 4 touchdowns.
Agreed. You don't feel probably does not feel great about that, but it could be one of those where it's like, here's the week. Here's the week he throws 4 touchdowns.
Could be.
You know what I'm really interested in from a football perspective is this Baltimore New England game. Like
Oh,
Nick's that could be an interesting piece because Nick's got Lamar, Mark
mhm,
Ingram, Mark Andrews,
mhm.
and we all know how good New England defense has been. Is this the week that New England doesn't have a fucking monster performance on defense?
No, it's a Sunday night game.
Yeah, so it could be kind of one of those like super tight, gritty primetime games.
I guess it depends on how Belichick and Brady want to sell it. They could just decide. We'll
Start
let
chucking
the
it
defense.
around.
Yeah, what we
Or
should do. We should put our defense into scoring position. That's what we need to do. Okay.
yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah, that's the
um,
you know why Belichick decided, you know what? I'm going to check out this whole fantasy football thing for the first
yeah.
time and he has Patriots defense on his
Yeah,
team.
exactly. He's just like, oh, that's how it works. Well, let me show you guys how this works.
Yeah, I may have a say in this.
Yep, and fuck, Patriots D is amazing, and if you have any Patriots players, you should be worried. But other than that, in that Patriots game, yeah, no, no, dude, this is an easy one. I can't see starting Sam Darnold. I mean, even the rest of the team, I'm not even looking at. It's just the Sam Darnold one, even though it's against Miami. Dude, I don't know against going up against Lamar Jackson. Even if Lamar Jackson is going up against New England, I don't know. it's a tough one. I think this is going to be Nick, so we'll sweep it for Nick.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely. Yeah, there's
sorry, Chris.
even with all that, there's just Chris's team is in a little bit of a situation right now, I would say.
Odell and Juju, those are just they are not working out like the fucking they needed to.
No, yeah, very disappointing. Like he went all in on
Mm,
Browns receivers, like I'm sure a lot of people did in the preseason, but it is
yeah.
not working out so far.
Oh no, Juju finally had a decent game last week, but it's just a hit or miss. So, and Godwin's kind of been on a little bit of a down spell. I don't, let's see, the last couple weeks, I don't think I've been, oh, it was just last week that was like mediocre, and then he had a bye the week before. Okay. But, moving on to, oh shit. Ah, God, ESPN, fuck yourself with these ads. Let's do Nate and John. Oh, this will be a fun one for these dudes. Ouch. Wait, so I guess Nate just hasn't made any substitutions yet, so we'll have to kind of
Yeah, it's going to be a little tough to see what's going on here.
let's see. So David Johnson is still out, isn't he? Oh, he's listening to
Yeah.
Splash.
Yeah, I think he's very questionable. Let's put it that way.
So Thielen is where is he? He practiced in a limited
Yeah,
fashion.
he's also very, very questionable, but I think there's a better chance he's going to play than David Johnson.
Okay,
He does have Miles Sanders, who's been
not been
a bit
bad.
decent lately, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel great about Duke Johnson. So
No, but
he's got Tom Brady there, so I'm sure he'll
still popping
squeak
in.
that one in easy. Let's see. Yeah, he can put both of his flexes in both the wide receiver spots. So he could theoretically, if Thielen plays and Sanders is there, he's got what he needs without having to do some waiver or sorry some free agent pickups.
Yeah, John's got Sanu now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what to think about that Sanu piece.
I don't know. I mean, there's no Josh Gordon. Like he's going to take that role.
Well,
So
and I had Sanu for quite a few weeks, and I
you
dropped
did.
him purposefully. Well, I also needed some. I needed a tight end, but I've got Dorsett, and so I had to take a thought on would I rather have Dorsett or Sanu, and I very easily quickly picked Dorsett, but that could it's Patriots like. You never know what's going to go on there.
I think that's the only thing you need to say. It's the Patriots.
Yeah.
You cannot trust the
Well, I
Patriots.
knew that I couldn't keep both. Like, what the fuck am I going to do with
No,
two
no, no,
two
no.
secondary Patriots receivers?
Exactly, exactly. Okay, we should make a pick.
So,
I'm gonna
Dalvin,
say
Melvin. I mean, it's yeah. How could you not say? How could you not say John right now?
not to say that Nate's gonna be far behind, but John has some home run hitters on his team.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree. Amari,
hmm
Hunter Henry has
yeah,
been
Amari's
great.
the one that I'm looking at.
Yeah,
Uh,
Dalvin Cook, obviously.
yeah, exactly. Melvin Gordon, who knows, dude? You never know.
Yeah, he could have a home run, but
exactly.
he could also have a foul tip.
Yeah, exactly. The Chargers have just not looked good this year. Um, Metcalf does fucking get some love from Russell. So
Yeah, I think John just needs his team to just perform at the status quo,
yeah,
and I think Nate needs his team to outperform and just go a little bit crazy.
yep, I think you're right,
So it's hard
dude.
hard to bank on the latter there. So I'm
So,
definitely gonna pick John.
so we'll sweep it for John.
Yeah,
Okay. Uh, I guess we can go into Mish and Will. Let's see.
yeah,
Okay, so looking quickly at the overview. Um, Mish has got an empty spot in this flex. Let's take a look at Misha's team. Oof, he's got a lot of buys. Michael Thomas, Joe Mixon, Devontae Freeman, Matt Ryan.
That's hefty.
Yeah, it's a lot. Deshaun Jackson, I
He
guess he
hasn't
did.
played much recently
I
at
guess
all.
he had a limit. He was limited in practice, so
Oh,
who
so
knows,
maybe he'll come back this week.
maybe he might come back. Who knows what? I don't even know what week Kareem Hunt can come back.
I think week
10.
10 because he's banned for 9 games.
Yep. Okay. So it's next. So it's very.
That could be interesting. Just not as a
That
side
that
note,
I've been waiting for to see what happens when Kareem Hunt comes back to the league
because Nick Chubb's
because
been real good.
yeah he has, but like Kareem Hunt was
Kareem Hunt was fucking
amazing on the
all
fucking
pro.
Chiefs. Yeah, he was amazing. So was that the Chiefs or were they just fucking stacked
Yeah,
for that year?
Chiefs
Who
running
knows?
backs have not been great this year.
No, no, they haven't. Um, so I think this is actually going to be. I I I think this game is going to be closer than it looks. Like the predictions are saying that Will's going to win by almost like 30, 30 plus points.
Yeah,
I
let me
don't think it's
see.
like that. I don't think it's going to be the closest matchup like
Okay,
I
okay.
predicted for whatever the first one was.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I don't know. Misha, I'm not sure what Misha's gonna do.
I don't know either.
I feel like
Like
he's gonna have to drop somebody if he
I,
wants to fill that slot in.
who do you drop though? Do you drop Mixon? Do you drop Freeman?
Oof. I mean, literally everybody on his bench is somebody that somebody else would probably pick up.
Yeah. Oh, dude, can't drop Hunt. I mean, he'll be snatched up
You
immediately.
can't drop
The, sh-
Hunt, especially that you've carried him on your bench
the
for
whole time.
eight
The whole
weeks
time.
already.
The whole time.
And I guess you could dropping Matt Ryan's tough too because he had been really good up until this injury. Devontae Freeman is just he's a number one running back. Mixon's hasn't been great, but he was good last week. You're not dropping Michael Thomas.
Nope.
And Deshaun Jackson, like maybe the weakest link out of all that, but somebody else will slurp that up right there.
Easily.
That's tough. That's
Yeah.
Misha's in a bind.
But I will say that John or what the fuck, John. God damn it! I need
Will.
just more. Yeah. Yeah. Perp Skirp. Uh, Will does have a couple slight question marks that may or may not end up coming on through, but he's got Christian Kirk going up against SF Thursday night. Who knows? Those are always fucking weird ass games.
We
Could
don't
be
know.
another.
We don't know if Delaney Walker's playing yet,
That's a question. Okay, so there
and
you go.
his other backup tight end is on a bye.
So there's a question right there.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean Jamal
Saquon against Dallas.
Williams.
I think that's going to be a good game.
Yeah, that should be a fine game. I think Derrick Henry at Carolina. Carolina just got shredded by Tevin Coleman.
So that could be very
Nice.
decent.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. Jamal Williams, you never know. I mean, he's been serviceable, but
Okay.
you can't bank on it.
I just hope Jamal Williams just goes away.
But man,
That's just me.
it's tough though. Like there are just some pieces on Misha's team that I'm just not fully bought into. Like I'm not fully bought into Mike Williams. I'm not fully even bought into Sony Michelle. I'm definitely not bought into Robbie Anderson.
You
So
know
there,
why you are not bought into Sony Michelle? Because you did not have Sony Michelle fucking snake 3 touchdowns from you, and all while at the same time also scoring 3 touchdowns on you. Like
I have
that.
not experienced that.
That was pretty upset, dude. That was the week we skipped. And I'm glad that we didn't have a podcast that week because I really needed a break from fantasy football. That was one of those weeks where you're saying like, why the fuck did I play this goddamn fucking game? Like, oh my god, like this is this year, this is the last year. God damn it, like oh my god.
Yeah, I would say this is the last year until next year for sure.
And reason for that like madness was specifically Sony Michelle. Like I can't remember which game that like if it I'm pretty sure it was a primetime game. Or at least an afternoon game. But I know I was fucking watching it on TV,
It was the
and
6 a.m. London game.
yes, that no, I was up at 6 a.m. Uh, but oh my god, when Sony Michelle got the third touch, dude, I went straight up. I
Yeah,
was just like,
that's just that's highly unusual. But so which yeah, obviously it makes it worse to be
I,
to be in your position there.
yes, but I'm just saying, like, I understand, Sony Michelle might not have convinced all people, but I don't think you can completely discount him. Like,
No, no, you definitely can't. But if you're banking on him to get you 20 points week in, week out, that's not a good recipe
okay,
for
here's the question:
success.
who'd you rather have, Sony Michelle or Austin Eckler?
Right now, Sony Michelle.
You
Three,
know,
4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, Austin Eckler, obviously by far.
you know what the funny thing is? Right now, Austin Eckler is number 4.
Well, yeah, because of what happened before. What's his name came back?
Well, okay, so since what's his name's come back,
Let's say since week 5. Let's
okay,
just
he's
let's just
gone
call it that.
18.5, 5.1, 24.8, 9.7.
So that's where Sony Michelle's got him beat. 20.6, 12.8, 22.4, 7.4.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it's a runaway freight train, but I think Sony Michelle's got him beat by a little bit there.
Yeah.
So it's close. It's close. But if I had to take one of those two right now for free, I would take Sony Michelle.
Okay, fair enough. And if you were going to take either of these two teams, who would you take?
For free? No, I'll take Will.
Like I said, I think it's going to be closer than it says.
I'm gonna write that down as a note.
It's not my whatever shit, my nipple guarantee or whatever the fuck.
Your
It's
nipple
called.
guarantee?
I can't remember what you called it.
Dude, I'm writing that for sure. Brian's patent pending nipple guarantee. We're gonna totally forget what the fuck that even means, and then look at that next week and being like, nipple guarantee, Jesus Christ.
Nipple guarantee. It's not the nipple guarantee, but it's definitely
If I'm wrong,
a
you get
side
a
note.
free, get a suckle.
Suckle of the nipple, a little pinch and twist.
Yeah, give it a little pinch and twist.
Oh my god.
So, wait, did you think you haven't even chosen a team yet? You've just been talking about suckle and twisting here.
I'm gonna give it to fucking Will, but like I said, it's gonna be close.
It's gonna be Will by a nipple. Oh, Jesus.
But it's not my whatever the fuck we called it on goddamn earlier. I can't remember. Shit.
Brian's nipple. Brian's certified, guaranteed lock of the week, closest matchup. Oh
The
man,
nipple
I love
guarantee.
that shit. Nipple guarantee. Well, that sounds convincing, honey. I'm gonna spend money on that. You can't argue with a nipple guarantee. That means business.
Yeah. I think everybody who's heard that, they know it means business. Oh, God, okay.
All right, one matchup left. One little matchup left. You versus Joey.
Yeah, I'm not
Man,
excited.
I haven't even looked at the team. Yeah, I would say what? Not excited? I mean, not surprised. Joey's been on a fucking tear.
Yeah. Joey has been on
How
a
does
tear.
this keep happening?
Well, I don't know. He's got a lot of good, scary pieces. Patriots defense, we were talking about.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, we were talking about. James Conner has been pretty goddamn good. He's ninth
Pretty good. Yeah,
running
pretty
back.
good.
Nick Chubb
despite the
has
troubles,
been, yeah, Chubb has been even better.
Yeah.
6th ranked running back, right? DeAndre Hopkins, everybody knows his talent. We would also think he's probably having a down year, but even still, he's 7th
Man,
ranked.
a regret that I have, and it's not really like that strong, but I remember earlier this year, third week, fourth week, Joey in the text thread complaining that DeAndre, super down year. What the fuck's wrong with DeAndre? I wish that I had just tried to make a trade move at that point, knowing that Joey apparently felt pretty down on DeAndre. And looking now that he's the 7th wide receiver, like, damn it, I wish I had tried to go for that.
Well, look at these last couple weeks. Since week 5, 14.1, 14.3, 24.4, 20.2.
Yeah, like the consistency is starting to come back.
Yep. So Joey's got some scary pieces. I'm definitely concerned and worried, and I'm going to vote for him because I don't think you can at this point in time until somebody shows that they can put up more points than Joey. Uh, I just think Joey's running away with this. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing we can do to stop him
All
from
right.
getting that bye.
Let me see which pieces of yours I like more. Let's see. I
See,
like
who's
I
on
like Aaron Jones more than I like James Conner right now. I like Evan Engram more than Jimmy Graham. I like DJ Chark. Oh, I don't know. Michael Gallup could be pretty good this week
He
too.
could, yeah, against the Giants.
Um, let's see. I like I like Tevin Coleman more than Sammy.
Mhm.
I think John Brown and Jordan Howard could be a potential wash.
Mhm.
So man, there's just so many more pieces of Joey's team that looks good right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, not that I have all my pieces on buy, but or not having Drew or Todd like that. I still don't even
Drew
think
and
though.
Todd, total fucking just like douche bro names right there.
Yeah, dude, exactly, bro. Without Drew and Todd, man, I'm fucked.
Wait, just quick side note. Speaking of Todd, did you watch El Camino on LinkedIn? LinkedIn, god damn it, on Netflix.
I have not yet.
Dude,
I
what are
have
you
not, dude.
doing?
I haven't had time yet, dude. I've seen the previews. I'm excited for it, but I
Oh,
don't want those
okay.
spoilers.
What the fuck? What have you been doing in your free time that you don't have time for that? I think it just sounds like you
I
haven't been
don't.
making
Well,
time for
well,
it.
there's at least 4+ members of the league that know what I've been doing.
Oh, you World of Warcraft bitch. I haven't had time. That is an invalid excuse given the circumstances.
Dude, I haven't been at my house, bro. I've been fucking like running around the plains of fucking Thousand Needles.
Oh my god. I'm sorry I brought this up. Anyways, you should watch it. Let's just put it out. Anyone that's a Breaking Bad fan that hasn't watched El Camino yet, you got to do it. It's fucking sick.
Dude, I'm really happy that it's on Netflix because I have seen some clips of it and you can tell that it's like, oh, yes, Netflix, MA, like
Yeah.
legit MA. Like this
Also,
is
it's only going to be up on Netflix until this Friday.
Oh, I didn't know that. Where's it moving to?
Damn it! I just wanted to throw some bullshit out there and make you watch it sooner.
Yeah, why the fuck would Netflix take off its own goddamn program?
I know there's no reason they would do that.
All right, shit. Well, I'm guessing you're just like I don't think you can like, go any other way. I mean, if I
No,
somehow
I'm
happen to
taking Joey's team for
yeah,
sure.
if I happen to beat Joey, like it's going to be a fucking fest whatever they call it, an Xmas miracle in the league or a Festivus miracle. Fucking a
An
nipple
X.
guarantee, like a nipple guarantee that if I end up beating Joey this week, it'll be the most glorious thing this league has ever
Putting your
seen.
third nipple out there on this one.
Oh, that's my fucking psychic nipple right there. You guys ever seen Mallrats?
Oh hell yeah, dude! But not for a long time.
There's the fucking psychic lady they go to see who's got like the third fucking nipple.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Like leave and she like takes it off and she eats it.
So weird.
Dude, oh my god. All right. I think we've gone way overboard on time. Like we've had a lot of fun. We've gone through everybody, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, we've gone through everybody. Man, yeah, we slogged through this thing.
Sorry.
I like that. I just like that it's just sorry.
Yeah. I
But
hope
yeah, we've gotten through it. I also just got an alert that I got Postmates delivery for dinner because
Ooh,
it's getting late and I'm too lazy to go figure it out on my own. So they're arriving in the next 2 minutes. So we should probably end this thing for sure.
okay. See you everybody. Thank you. Sean's gonna eat. What are you gonna eat?
I'm gonna eat crow. No, I've got some pizza coming my way.
Oh, dude. fuck you. That sounds good. All right, guys. Everybody get home safe if you're driving, or chill out if you're hanging at home. And we will, good luck to come this week. And we'll see you next time.
Laters.
Peace.